Hi, I'm Karissa from Bowerman Track Club. I've run 14:45 in the 5K, recently 8:25 in the 3K, and 4:24 in the mile. And I'm just here to answer your everyday questions. Here's my cat Simba, who will be watching as I answer these questions.
What is a normal day like for a professional runner?
Normally, just get up, eat, get ready to run, and then we lift after that, and then go back, have lunch, usually have like some kind of treatment in the afternoon, like massage or PT appointment, and then run again, and dinner, then repeat.
How is your training different as a pro versus in college?
The intensity as a pro is a lot more rather than in college when you have school and other distractions. So I think now that the sole focus is on professional running, we're able to up that intensity, whether it's miles and in workouts. So I think recovery is key now.
What are your favorite running shoes?
I love the Nike Structures. I've been running in them since college, so hoping that they keep those on.
Okay, and kind of bouncing off of that, what type of spikes do you have? Or I guess what type of spikes do you wear?
I like the Victories, and especially like the new Juice Box Victory ones. I've been wearing those recently, but I've always run in Nike spikes, so just basically any models of those.
How do you stay motivated?
I'd say, yeah, some days are harder to be motivated to go outside and run, or like even just get out the door because weather, or you're just tired, or you just don't want to do it that day. But I just try to look at big picture and knowing what my goal is in the end, and just trying to be consistent every day and work hard towards that.
What do you think about when racing the 5K?
Actually, sometimes there's just like a lot of time to think, and I'll have random thoughts like pop into my head during a 5K, and I'm just like, no, I gotta focus. Like, so I try to get like a good song in my head, or like a good beat, so that I can just like stay relaxed and focus on like the person ahead of me, or what move is next.
Best pre-race food?
Ooh, I love pre-race pancakes. Especially like in the morning, like when you have like a later race or something, I just like to have a huge breakfast, and then later on have like the boring stuff like oatmeal or toast or something.
The boring stuff.
I mean, that's like the stuff you know is gonna sit really well in your stomach, so.
I think everyone eats oatmeal before a race.
Yeah.
What runner has had the biggest influence on your career?
Probably, especially recently, I would say Shalane has, just because I've followed her ever since I was younger and just looked up to her, and now especially with her coaching us and like mentoring us, she's had such a big impact on my running career, and it's been really cool to see her in like competing in the sport, but also giving back to the sport.
How do you keep a positive mindset before races?
For me, I just try to always like think of it as just another race in a way, because some races are a lot bigger circumstances or a lot bigger stages, and I need to keep like a positive attitude going into it, even if like I'm not even close to being ranked to be like winning it, or ranked to be in the top 3. I just like to think like anything can happen in the race, and you can't count yourself out before it starts.
What inspired you to start running?
Well, I have a long family history of running. So like my grandparents, my grandpa ran, and then my parents ran, and my uncles ran too, so I think it was just, obviously it ran in the family. Bad joke. But just like throughout them, and then I did other sports too, and those definitely weren't my forte, so when I started running, I was just more competitive in it and really enjoyed it, and I just enjoyed like all the hard work you put in. Like, you can like see the results definitely like easier than some other sports.
Why did you pick Bowerman Track Club?
I picked Bowerman because they have just always been the group that I think just does everything. Like, they work really hard, and they've produced really good results. And as I knew it was going to be tough joining that group, just because there are so many strong women on that group, and training with them every day was going to be difficult. But for me, I just wanted to put myself in the best position possible to reach my goals in the future.
Thoughts on NCAA canceling the remaining spring sports?
it's really hard to hear just because it is so far down the road, but I'm guessing just as a sports as a whole, canceling it all is just if they think that's for the best for everyone's health, but regardless of it's your generation or another generation, I think that's what we have to keep in mind. And it's cool to see how passionate people are about the sport, but we do have to look at the bigger picture, as hard as it is for me to hear myself. But that's what we have to focus on right now.
Wondering as to how she was able to make large improvements from high school to college.
For me, I've just been very consistent. Just like, it's not always the answer people want to hear, but it's just like a lot of hard work over time. And throughout my time from high school to where I'm at now, I've never, like, knock on wood, have had an injury that has set me back for like a whole season or anything. So I think just being able to train through each season and having them each like build up on each other has helped me a lot in making those improvements. And I've been able to slowly just increase my mileage, and I've just never done anything drastically. And I think as boring that may sound, that's helped me a lot.
Favorite workout?
My favorite workout is still from college, actually, 800 repeats. I love just like grinding out 800 repeats at like 5K pace and then 5K goal pace. So you do like 3 sets of 3 800s, 2 of them at your 5K pace, and then the last one at like a cut down one, so like a lot faster. And then they're all with short rest each set. And so that's definitely my favorite one. It's a hard 5K one, but I really like it.
How do you know that you are like fueling your body enough for runs?
For me, just like fueling for the next day and fueling for the like a long run or a workout, I definitely have to vary it. So like before a long run effort, I'll eat a little more than I would typically before a normal everyday run. But I usually try to like eat enough so I'm not like going hungry, let's say in the middle of a run or something, and then I always are packing snacks and stuff so I can eat something directly after or before going into like a lifting session or something like that, because you just don't want to go like too long of periods without food.
What is the key to your heart?
Oh gosh. Chocolate. Or Nutella. Probably Nutella.
How tall are you?
5'4.5". I'm basically 5'5", I would say.
Okay,
but everything online shows 5'2".
5'2"?
I know.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. It makes me kind of sad.
Best pizza in Como?
Ooh, I'd probably have to go with Shakespeare's Pizza, or really like Gumby's Pizza too.
Tips for high school runners?
I would say just still having fun with the sport and working hard, but not overdoing it where you get burnt out before college or throughout your season, just because high school, like now looking back on it, is really just a time that you should just be having fun with your teammates and just enjoying the sport as itself.
Burritos or tacos?
Burritos.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Sweet potatoes or regular potatoes?
Sweet potatoes.
Which record do you think that you could break next? Congrats on the 3K indoor, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Record I could break next. Obviously, I want the 5K record, but I think I'll have a little competition with that.
How do you balance social life and running life?
I think that's a really important question, just because a lot of people struggle to find that balance. Even like throughout college and high school, I've always been really good at trying to balance that as much as you can as an athlete. There is going to be times where it's not completely balanced, and as hard as that is, you have to stay focused throughout those times and then just enjoy the times where you can have a little unbalanced the other way. So for me, especially professional, like I just try to do what I can, and then when we head up to like altitude camps and stuff, I usually buckle down and just get ready for the season.
How does it feel to be an American record holder?
I still, like, even just hearing that title is just like crazy to me. Never would have thought that, and just really excited to see if I can get what's next.
What were your goals as a runner in high school?
As a high schooler, I feel like a lot of my focus was towards running in college, and I just had that big goal of wanting to run Division I, wherever that may be, and just to like run in college in general. So I just worked towards that, and yeah, tried to get times as fast as I could or placing as high as I could at state and reaching out to different colleges.
Kind of bouncing off of that, why did you choose to go to Mizzou? What was it like being a Tiger?
Yes, I loved being a Tiger, but I chose them was just kind of random. I ran into the coach after GRIAC and just got to talking to him, and went to visit the team and visit the school, and I just really loved the atmosphere there, and I could tell it was a program that was kind of on the rise, and I wanted to be a part of that rather than joining a program that was already very established. I thought it would be, those moments are just a little like more special when it's like the first time or something like that.
What's your favorite thing about training with the Bowerman ladies?
I love training with them, obviously, and they just push me so hard every day, and I just feel like we have so much range throughout the whole group that you can have someone like Kate like dropping me in a 200 or like someone like Marielle just grinding out a hard tempo. So I think that's really cool in our sport, and I think it helps all of us become better athletes.
What do you eat in a day?
So I feel like my mornings and afternoons are pretty similar. Like before runs, I always have oatmeal, like banana and like peanut butter mixed into that, coffee. And then afternoons, every day I eat a bagel. I love like everything bagels with like cream cheese and like spicy jelly on it, which is kind of strange, but it's really good. And then like either eggs, or sometimes I have leftovers from dinner that I'll eat with that. But yeah, that's pretty basic for that. And then dinner, I usually switch it up every time between like pasta or like chicken or fish or something like that.
How are you approaching this season now with all the coronavirus stuff coming out?
Mm-hmm.
How are you like approaching it?
Yeah.
Knowing that things are getting canceled.
I think that's like a tough topic right now for everyone, just because we don't really know what the future holds, and I'm just approaching it as if everything's still happening, the trials, the Olympics, and those big races, regardless if there's going to be races before that or not. But I want to keep training and keep focusing on that, because I don't want to be caught in a situation where I'm not focused anymore and they are happening. So hoping for the best, but staying focused and controlling what I can.
What was your biggest running failure and your biggest running success?
My biggest running failure and success actually probably happened at the same meet.
Oh.
So my senior year, it was my last like outdoor track season, and I had really good regional meet, felt just like very strong and confident leading into nationals, and I think just like the travel and just like I did the 5K, 10K double, and I think just all that just accumulated just got me like very worn down, and I ended up getting a like tiny cold like heading into nationals, and I kept trying to convince myself that it was allergies or something, but I've never really had allergies, so definitely wasn't that. And just like the 10K, I didn't feel right, and I tried to go with the group and I tried to take over like I normally did, and it just like did not go to plan, and I wasn't really engaged, and I kept thinking like, oh, I'm just like, I don't feel good, I'm just off, and kind of gave myself that excuse in a way, and ended up finishing third, which yes is good, but when you're ranked to win, it was pretty devastating for me. And I had the 5K to focus on 2 days later, and so I just regrouped with my coach and we talked about it. I told him I wasn't feeling good, and he understood that, but he also was like, don't like pity yourself, you know? And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, he's like, anyone else could be dealing with this, like everyone has their own battles, and I didn't want to make that as an excuse. So he just said, going into this, your goal should be as if you are healthy and to finish strong as a Tiger, because it was my last race. And I went into that race with the mindset that I wasn't sick anymore and that I was going to do whatever I could on that day to try to win a title, and ended up placing first. And I still, like, looking back on that race, I couldn't believe that I was able to do that, just because after having such a devastating race and knowing that you can pity yourself, and knowing that I could easily just be like, well, I wasn't feeling good, and just see however I could have done then, just not giving myself that excuse. I think that really proved to myself that I could do it.
How did you learn to braid your hair so well?
Well, my mom, actually, I feel really bad calling her out, but she couldn't really braid, so I had to learn on my own, which helped me a lot, and I've had some rough stages of braids, and then after that I've been able to get it done pretty fast, but that'll be in the next video, is showing how I do my race day braids.
What is one goal that you want to achieve throughout like your running career? Or what statement do you want to make as a runner?
Well, my one goal now, like as a professional runner, is obviously I want to be on a podium at an Olympic Games. I think that is just the ultimate achievement for a professional runner nowadays, and just to be up there hearing like the national anthem and stuff. I think that's really cool, and that's definitely something I'm striving towards, whether it's in reach or not, but I'm gonna strive for it and hope it is. Awesome, thank you guys for following along with that, and thank you for all the questions. Now go follow me on Instagram, and peace out, fellas.